What's going on, everybody? Welcome to part 2 of my updated guide on Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Now, for this video, we will be going over my own custom build for him, as well as the many forms of tech that I know how to perform with him. For those of you who are not aware of what this guy can already do, are not familiar with how he works, please go and watch part 1 so you can learn it. I will not be going back over that in this video. But for those of you who are aware and who have watched that video, please sit back, relax, maybe grab a snack, and enjoy. Now, first off, my stat allocations. I have the balanced set. I did have the key set at one point, not the key blast set, the key set at one point, but I decided it was kind of unnecessary, to be honest. And the balanced set just suits my playstyle more than any of the other ones, because I prefer not to be melting my opponent in one combo if I can avoid it. Despite the Super Soul that I have on right now, let's make this the ultimate final battle. It increases the amount of damage I do by a pretty decent margin. Like this combo right here, it'll do a little over 11k. Very basic combo right there. It'll do over 11k without the Super Soul activated. It makes me take extra damage as a trade-off, but it really isn't that bad, to be honest. Let's just let this Super Soul activate so I can show you the actual damage modifier it gives. If it would be so kind as to activate. It's been a couple moments now. It should activate in, like, I think 13 seconds maybe. It doesn't trigger near as fast as some Super Souls that work this way. There we go. Little less than 13 seconds. Way off. Look at how much of the damage increase it gives. And of course, the limit burst that it gives me is attack, the auto recovery, which makes it ridiculous. I mean, just look at that. Need I say more? My skills, I have Flash Fist Crush. It's one of Hit's skills. It's actually a base variation Hit skill, not Awoken Hit, his first variation. This is the only super skill he had at one point, whenever he was first discovered in this game as a secret unlockable character. It's a counter skill, but it's also an offensive skill. You can use it how you wish, though it is mainly meant to be used as a counter. It can counter basically anything. Even key attacks like this, despite being a super that is a strike based, like Shadow Crusher, it can actually counter entire Ki Blast attacks. It'll counter normal Ki Blasts as well. But it'll also counter ultimates like Super Kamehameha, as you see right there. It just gives me complete invincibility. And I could even stamina break him right there if I wanted to. See? Look at that. Completely nullified it. And it'll counter just about anything, pretty much. The AI is going to be stubborn and try not to get hit by this. If he'll grab me, I'd be very grateful, because it'll actually stop grabs as well. But the main reason I use it is because of this feature right here. From the front, your opponent can roll out of it quite fast, though on the ground you can still combo extend after it. But the main thing I like about it is this. Whenever you're behind them, look at how long it keeps you stuck on the ground for. I have enough time to fully charge a times 10 Kamehameha. Look at this. Fully charged before they even get up. I can even hit confirm a final shine attack or a times 100 Big Bang, or even a Dragon Fist if I so desire. It's a very good skill. Underrated. Then I have Shine Shot, for obvious reasons. Very good move. Combo extender. Good for shenanigans. It has iframes whenever you're in that animation. And remember how I mentioned in the first video, for those of you who watched it, that this can cancel into super attacks? Well, and how I said that it's probably not good unless you have like Final Shine or something on it. I mean, not Final Shine, Shine Shot on it. Yeah, this is why. This can be very annoying to deal with. Yes, it's pretty taxing on your keybar, but it allows you to get behind your opponent and stun them really fast without having to constantly do this, which is just annoying to deal with, but you're actually going to give your opponent a little bit of a chance. It also allows me to immediately flank you with times 10 because of how fast this thing is. And if you were to, say, try and burst dash me point blank to get me out of afterimage strike, I can always throw this counter at you as well. Then I have Soul Punisher as my first ultimate. For obvious reasons, it's probably the best. You know, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. It is the best 5-bar key ultimate in the game. Plain and simple, because it hits one time and does full damage in that single hit. It's also very easy to unvanishable with this thing. Clear example. If you block cancel any single one of his auto vanish combos here, hold on a sec. If you block cancel it and then you back hit, you can do this. Same with this combo here. You block cancel it. Oh, well, not this combo. If you vanish with triangle, then it won't work because they'll go underneath you. But if you vanish with square, then it works. See? Very easy. No stamina break required. And of course, he's also got this, which fits in because, fun fact is that this combo string originally came from Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in Xenoverse 1. This did not come from Super Gogeta, because Super Gogeta did not exist in Xenoverse 1. He was not a playable character in that game. But it's the exact same combo. The Stardust Breaker kick combo there. Fancy feet. For those of you who aren't aware, Stardust Breaker is what that ultimate attack was called in games like Tenkaichi and Raging Blast. Then I've got Final Shine Attack because I wanted to at least have one of Goku Super Saiyan 4 skills and one of one of Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta skills. But unfortunately, I had to settle for Final Shine Attack because they did not give him access to any of GT Vegeta's new skills. Or Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta doesn't even have access to GT Vegeta skills. Missed opportunity there, Dimps. I'm disappointed in you. Also, this guy should have had impact. Let me know if you guys agree with me. Do you think they should have put impact flare on this guy? Full power Jiren's little skill where he does the little glare. Because, for those of you who aren't aware, Gogeta Super Saiyan 4 was the one that did that kind of attack first. Jiren, before Jiren even existed as a character, this guy was glaring people away and nearly one-shotting enemies. He makes Omega Shenron's nose bleed, and he knocks him away really far just by looking at him. This guy did it first, so he should have had that attack. But I get it. Dimps is lazy, they don't want to model it, and that's probably why they didn't give him GT Vegeta skills either. Lazy, lazy, lazy fuckers. And then we got Instant Rise as the evasive, because it's obviously probably the best 2-bar evasive in the game. Can't go wrong with it. Now let's get into that tech, shall we? Now, the first bit of tech that I'll show you is actually another way to unvanishable with the Soul Punisher, and that's this. You see how I was already turned around? Yeah, this... It's very weird how this works. I can do it the same way if I'm in the air. This only works on the ground. If I do any of these auto vanish combos and start it from the ground, and I hold my guard while I'm doing the combo, for some reason it makes me automatically turn around when I'm vanishing. So I can immediately set up the Soul Punisher without having to back hit or unlock, which makes it a lot easier to perform. The only bad thing about it is that I have to do it from the ground. If I don't do it from the ground, it won't work. It's a very weird thing. Oh, there are a bunch of other characters that have things like this, but Gogeta Super Saiyan 4, he's, as far as I'm aware, he's the only one that has it, where he can only do it from the ground up. Now the other tech that I have for him, we'll turn recovery off for this. I'll show you a couple ways to hit confirm Soul Punisher first, because that's one of the main things people are searching for here, let's be honest. First off, he has this. Keep in mind, these underslide techniques can be a little iffy online, because the Ki Blast can sometimes just make them bounce right over you and land in front of you instead of where they're supposed to be. You can also do it with this combo here. And with this combo here. And you can also do it with this combo here. But you gotta restand them with a single charge heavy first. Because if you don't, it won't work. Though this one's a little bit tricky, to be fair. You gotta delay it quite a bit. But as you see right there, it does work. Now, the other method that I know with him is this. Now, unfortunately, I will regrettably inform you that you cannot... You know how you can key slide right there? Well, unfortunately, he cannot consistently get a key slide Soul Punisher off. Because, unfortunately, Soul Punisher does not pick them back up off the ground with that stun it applies whenever they're in a heavy slam like that. So that will not work, unfortunately. One way that you can get a Soul Punisher is like this, though. Hold on a sec. It's a little bit tricky to do this. There we go. Now, if you want to key slide into a Soul Punisher, you're gonna have to do this instead. Though keep in mind, the camera angle can make this a little bit tricky. Even I am not the best at doing it. It's actually easier to do this when you're in the air with it, because you have more time. Keep in mind, I am very bad at this version of the tech. But there you go. See, it does work. You can do it on the ground, but unfortunately it's just very, very, very difficult to do. Unless you do this. If you throw an unlock back hit before initiating it, it can make it a little bit easier to perform, from my experience anyway. Like so. Whereas if you try and do it immediately, like this, because of the camera angle, it makes it harder to do. Ah, I got it that time. Then the other method that I have for doing a Soul Punisher is like this. After his jump hit. Right there, like that. Pretty simple. I'll show you it again real quick. It takes a little bit of timing. You gotta get them while they're still bouncing. All I'm doing is flicking my stick really fast. It's hard to do though, people. Keep that in mind. This is not easy to perform. Although it might be it might be easier for some people. I am not the best at doing unlock Soul Punishers. Then the other method that he has is like this. Although this key slide is easily one of the harder because of the camera angle. And you gotta do it so fast. You gotta do it so fast. And you gotta make sure that you don't end up in front of your opponent. If you end up in front of them, it won't work. This is possible though, I swear, people. I just suck at this version. Because you can't go too far back. You see right there, it won't let me do a key slide if I go too far back. And it won't... The thing about key slide is that it's completely dependent on the distance you're at from your opponent. That's why this is hard. Because you've got to time it perfectly. You actually, though you probably can get a regular back hit off easier, it's just, the camera angle makes it harder to do as well. As you see right there, the camera angle makes the key slide does not work. I'll try my best to do it, but this is just hard. It's very hard to do this, people. See, I am failing constantly. I have seen somebody do this before, though. Trust me, it is possible to do. Despite how it looks. There we go. Did I get it that time? Yeah. See, it is possible, it's just ridiculously hard to do. Now I'll show you his other tech. These are more basic tech. For starters, you can do a quick little circle dash to set up a back hit instead of unlocking. If you suck at unlocking, get good at doing this. Because it's actually quite easy to do, but just as effective. The other method that he has is like this. Do a quick dash to the side, and then you can back hit. You can't charge back hit, unfortunately, but you can do a regular back hit without having to stamina break them first. Then, the other thing that he's got is this, although this one is easily the harder of the 4 options. And that is an overhead. And I have never been good at doing this tech. This tech has always been one of the tech that I have always sucked at bad. So bear with me as I fail multiple times. There we go, see? Now, another tech that you can do is this. See that? Now this can be a little bit iffy online, but it does work offline, as you see right there. What I'm doing right there is just tossing a single key blast and then tricking the game into thinking that I'm using one of my basic combos. This is a tech that existed in Raging Blast 2 as well. And I think it was possible in Raging Blast 1, though I might be mistaken about that because I did not play that game near as much as I did 2. But you can do all sorts of stuff with this. Like this right here. This is actually a tech setup that I know how to do as well. See how I purposely whiff it right there? Bam, bam. Pretty cool, right? And I could have gone into a final shine attack there as well, like so. Unfortunately, you cannot get a vanish tech right there. Okay, I don't know why it connected that time. That was weird. It usually doesn't connect. Usually, you're supposed to whip it so that you can set up the grab. Show you the other version real quick. There you go. Then another thing that I know how to do is this. Same concept, except a different starter. Look at that. Pretty cool, right? Now I'm going to show you another way that you can key tech with this guy. You can either throw one key blast, or you can throw multiple key blasts and go into this instead. Though this is admittedly more tedious to perform. And then you can go into whatever you want after that. I prefer to go into Soul Punisher. Now, you see what happened right there? Sometimes whenever you do that key slide in the air, that can happen. You see how he's in that awkward angle? How he is facing in that direction? Yeah, it'll catch them, but it won't actually hit them. It's a very weird glitch. There's unfortunately no tech involving that, though. But I'm actually kind of glad that that happened, because I wanted to show that happened at some point. Now I'm going to show you something that Toxic Karma showed me. Now, in order to do this, what I'm doing is, as soon as I throw that Ki Blast, I'm holding my X button or your A button, depending if you're on Xbox or not. And then I'm going to do a second step while still continuing to hold my X button, and then I'm going to press square as soon as I go over their head like that. And that sets up a back hit. Unfortunately, this does not set up Soul Punisher. I've tested it many times. It will not do it, unfortunately. But this does give you the opportunity to do something like this. Oh, hold on, I messed up. It is a little bit awkward, so just keep that in mind. This tech is very awkward and strange to perform. Even when I saw it, I was like, what in the world did you just do? Whenever he showed me this, I was just like, what in the heck was that? You can go into this. Boom, 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 boom. Grab them. Bam. B-Tech, and then Final Shine. Bam! What do you think of that, y'all? Pretty cool, right? Now, let's see here. Oh, yes. There's one last tech that I need to show you. And that is this. Okay, you know how I told you to always go into square if you want to auto vanish? Well, a tech that you can do by using his triangle instead. You see how they go underneath me? Well, if you time this right, you can actually set this up. See how they're ending up behind me? Bam! 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 I love ending combos like this. It's so sick. You can even loop it. Look. Pretty sick, right? And then you can go into whatever you want after that. But anyway, that is pretty much it for the video, everybody. If you liked this video, please leave a like, maybe share it. And if you are new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I appreciate the support. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know if you learned anything new. And if you didn't, or if you want to teach me something new, let me know in the comment section below. And also, follow me on Discord. That will be in the description below as well. And I will see you all in the next video.